Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.
We are live. Welcome to the Token Metrics Thursday live stream. I'm your host, Bill Noble. This stream is brought to you by tokenmetrics.com. If you need a roadmap in crypto and you want to make money now, subscribe to this channel. Turn on the alerts bell so that you get notified when our stream starts. I'm joined today by my expert panel of altcoin fundamental researchers, Mehdi and Michael. Gentlemen, welcome.
Hey, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
All right, folks, here's the deal. We're going to start by welcome everybody on the stream, okay? We have France on the line, okay? And Gary can't believe he's up again. It's 3 a.m. Gary, I don't blame you. If there was ever a time to lose some sleep to do crypto, it would be right now, okay? London is in the house, Maryland, Greece, okay? Dignity, New York City, Oklahoma, right? Welcome to the stream. Okay, we've got Ewan from St. Thomas, Luxembourg, Tasmania. Did I say that right? All right. Welcome everybody from Birmingham to London to New York to San Antonio, Texas, as well as East Africa. Welcome. Okay, Atlanta, Georgia, that's BitBoy territory. Love having Atlanta tuning in to our show. All right, and we've also got Nigeria. All right, let's jump in to your market update. Okay, folks, I know that I'm not 30, all right? But LFG NFA, okay? Let's go. Let's go. And let me tell you why. First of all, the next Fed meeting is not until March 16th. So there was all this hysterics yesterday about the Fed. First it was up, then it was down. You know, I went to bed. Bitcoin was down 2%. I was bullish, was afraid I was going to wake up and have it down 10%. Only to see it unchanged. Why is Bitcoin unchanged? Why are stocks up today? Well, folks, here's why. The Federal Reserve says they're going to hike the Fed funds rate. That's the overnight lending rate between banks. It's a guiding light as to where they would like interest rates. Okay? So the Fed funds rate goes up, and then the bond market figures out what interest rates should be for like 2 years, 5 years, and 10 years, sometimes known as the yield curve. Okay, so inflation's at 7%, interest rates are at 0. So of course the Fed funds rate and interest rates are going up. That's a no, right? It's going to happen. Now, what do people in crypto care about? Do we care about Fed funds? Not really, okay, unless they go above 2%. What we care about in crypto is whether or not the Fed is going to stop printing money and when they're going to stop printing money. All right? So everybody got all excited yesterday, right? Including Nikki coming to you from the UPS truck. Welcome, okay? Everybody got all excited because, you know, Jerome Powell said we may have to tighten faster than we expected. Again, no. All right. But he said he started talking about COVID in his press conference. So they're not in a hurry. And what people don't understand is they're still printing money. They're still doing whatever they were doing. And he said, you know, when it comes to printing money, we'll have to talk about it. We may have to slow down or stop, but we're not going to talk about it until mid-March. Are you kidding me? Between now and mid-March in crypto years, that's like 6 months. All right. So the Fed is making a bet that inflation will moderate. There are going to be 2 releases of inflation statistics between now and the next Fed meeting, Feb 10 and March 10. All right. Now, the Fed's attitude is if those inflation numbers are bad, we'll let the bond market take care of it, and then we'll tell you what we're going to do in March. But if those inflation numbers are reasonable or not totally scary, that leaves room for speculation. That leaves rooms for equities to be stable and, frankly, for crypto to smoke higher. Because crypto is down 50 to 60% versus, where its all-time high is. And if the Fed is still printing money, okay, and stocks are stable, NFTs never went down, there's a huge recipe for the stock market, for crypto to go up. And I guess if the punch bowl is going to get pulled, it'll be by the bond market. But so far, as of this recording, the yield on the 10-year note government bond is down, meaning long-term interest rates are not going up as of now. Interesting that everybody, as of this recording, is sitting around scared stiff. I called my nephew and said, hey, dude, remember we were talking about buying crypto at 60? He's like, yeah. It's like, I think it might be time to start looking at it. He's like, really? Buy it when it's down? Yeah, buy it when it's down. LFG, NFA. Let's look at interest rates, okay? This is the yield on the US 2-year note, okay? I know our friends from London are loving this, all right? I know that because I know that London is like super sophisticated and a major financial center. Now, in the US 2-year note, let me tell you some of the things that I'm observing. The first one is there's not much resistance until 1.4%. So everybody yesterday was like, oh my God, I can't believe how much the 2-year note, how much the interest rate went up. Yeah, okay. The 2-year note is very tied to the Fed funds rate, the guidance that the Fed gives. So the Fed funds rate's probably going to go up, 5 or 6 times, right? It's probably going to go to 1.4%. Now, if you look on the left, okay, you will notice that in 2018, the 2-year note started at 177 and went as high as 3%. So we already know where the 2-year note would have to go in order to crash crypto, right? So if 177 is like the danger zone and 3% is the death zone, we got a long way to go. So interest rates can continue to go up, but as long as the Fed is still printing in some fashion, this chart is not a threat to crypto. Let's look at the US 10-year note government bond yield. Okay, the 10-year note yield is at resistance near 1.8. I'm sure people would get hysterical and it would be negative for crypto if the 10-year note yield went to 2%. Okay, that would probably be upsetting. But at the moment, all the work is being done at the 2-year note yield level. So people are not totally hysterical yet, right? If the 2-year note did go to 10%, 2%, that would be negative. But we're not there yet. If anything, 1.8 is acting as resistance. And the thing people don't know is that the 10-year note yield is actually down on the day. That's right. Everyone is all hysterical about the Fed. Jim Cramer was like, look out in stocks. I have a lot of respect for Jim because it's really hard to be accurate and talk every day. Trust me, I know. All right. But if they were like, oh my God, but the 10-year note yield is down. So why is everybody, bearish crypto? I don't know. Why is everybody not buying crypto? Gee, I don't know. LFG, NFA, okay? If you get a dip, say tomorrow or today, and then maybe there's another dip off a Ukraine problem in early February, I say BTFD. How do you like that? Right? 3 Twitter acronyms by a 50-year-old guy in 10 minutes. It's pretty good if you ask me. Dollar index. Okay, realistically, what may be holding Bitcoin back is the dollar index. So we talked about the euro has problems, okay? Right? They may get their gas shut off. They got the Russians on their doorstep. It's not good for the euro, okay? Interest rates are going higher in the US, so the dollar's going higher. Now, most likely, people are buying the dollar to park money in the US 10-year note. That's what I think. That's why Bitcoin's not getting wrecked with the dollar index up so much, right? People aren't buying the dollar because they think it's the greatest currency ever. People are buying the dollar because they want to get away from Europe. Not that we don't love our friends in Europe, but the chart is what it is. So if the dollar index goes from 97 to 100, that's a really big move. But as the dollar approaches that level, if it does, that's a buying opportunity in crypto. Period. Right? You know, dollar up, okay, that may hold Bitcoin back initially, but the dollar going up's got nothing to do with near, phantom, right? It's got nothing to do with metaverse, nothing. So it's not that I'm ignoring the dollar. I'm not, but the dollar may give you an opportunity. Focus here, folks. The dollar may give you an opportunity to get long. Everyone goes, ooh, the dollar. We're going to be listening to this for like 2 weeks. Ooh, I'm scared of this. Ooh, I'm scared of that. Bloomberg has got an article quoting Glassnode this morning saying, you know, Bitcoin is on the verge of, you know, falling off a cliff. Okay, not now. Okay, let's go to the next chart, which is QQQ. That is Nasdaq 100. Okay, Facebook, Netflix, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Google. Okay, Web 2. If QQQ on this monthly chart is above 339, then stocks are okay. Okay, if it's below 339, stocks are not okay. Right now, QQQ seems okay, and that's good enough for me. This is not a stock channel, right? We just need stocks to stop shitting on itself. That's all. That's all we need, right? We don't need a stock rally, right? We just need stock stability. And if stocks are stable, it's a license to speculate. By the way, speaking of a license to speculate, no one watched that video from last night. Frequently, when no one watches a video, that gives me more confidence in the content. Now, of course, I love my live stream audience. You guys are watching the video, and I appreciate that. But nobody else thought that the Fed gave you a license to speculate. It's a little bit of contrarian theory. Let's look at S&P. Okay, S&P broke down. I actually thought it was the end of the world, right? I did, but then it turned around, right? Somebody came in and sold a bunch of put options, okay? And, you know, everybody and their brother, including our friends from Wisconsin and Azerbaijan and Uganda, came in and bought stocks. Just kidding. I don't know if you bought stocks, but it feels like everybody and their brother did. And then yesterday, everybody was selling stocks like the world was coming to an end, when in fact it hadn't. Jerome Powell simply said, we got to get inflation under control. We're going to raise rates. We're going to do what we have to do, but they're still printing money. So stocks are up today. And if you look at ES1 in TradingView, 43.75 is a key level. I don't see any reason why ES1, why stocks just can't go right back up again, because everybody gave up. I don't blame them. The chart looked terrible, but the chart turned, right? I'm a technical analyst. The good news about having to talk every day is that if I'm wrong, I can just turn it around. All right, let's talk about ARK. Cathie Wood, famous equity speculator. ARK is the altcoins of the stock market, right? Companies with low or no earnings that have high growth potential. These stocks have been a bowling ball falling out of a window. Now, wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be funny if 67 in ARKK held as support and they did a massive short squeeze on these guys? Massive, right? In other words, if ARK doesn't go down in, say, the next 2 weeks, ARK could go up. Now, do I think you should get long ARK? I think there's better plays in crypto. But if you ever saw ARKK mooning or ripping up, oh my God, people, that would be super bullish crypto. Okay? Our friends in Austin and Dallas, they know that full well. Now, MicroStrategy. Okay, huge Bitcoin holder. Okay, and it's totally, not funny how this stock has gone down since November. All right. It's lost, it was at 840 and it went to 320. MicroStrategy got their average price tested on this recent leg down. Their average price is like 33 to 35K. I want to see MicroStrategy hold at 340 and at least do something decent. I want to see the fear of MicroStrategy fade, and I want to see that gap at 480 get filled. For the moment, I think this decline is excessive, but Mr. Market is going to be the ultimate decision maker. Galaxy Digital, my favorite crypto hedge fund stock, traded out of Canada. Massive support at 1377 held. Okay, additional support at 15. That was the July low. That's right. The stock of a major crypto hedge fund took out the July low. As a matter of fact, it took out all the gains from 2021. That's ridiculous. This guy's long Bitcoin, metaverse, and gaming. Crazy. And he likes NFTs. He likes NFTs and Luna, which, by the way, is at 50, which is exactly where Mehdi told you to buy it. We'll get to that later. We'll ring the Luna bell. Okay? Galaxy Digital looks okay. You start seeing green candles in Galaxy Digital, then you have my blessing to FOMO in, not investment advice. Simulated GS Bitcoin sensitive equities. What's that? It's a basket of stocks that are exposed or, move as Bitcoin moves. These stocks got absolutely killed. They were below their July low. They went hysterical in these stocks. Now, these stocks need to recover. I'm not a bullish idiot. I don't want to ignore a possible warning. Okay, I don't. But if Bitcoin stocks start recovering, that means crypto can go up. But at the moment, this seems like excessive fear, right? Especially between now and mid-March, or possibly between now and May. Now, I do think it's sell in May and go away, but I don't think that should distract you from how much crypto could go up in, say, the next, 30 or 60 days. Total crypto market cap is holding on support at 1.5 trillion. Now, if it doesn't hold, it'll go to 1.3 trillion, which is probably like, 30K or 25K Bitcoin. So we know there's always downside risk, even though it's LFG NFA, right? The market can always go lower, but the longer it holds at 1.5 trillion, right? You just keep watching. You wake up in the morning and goes, where's total crypto market cap? Is it above 1.5 T? Okay. And you want to do that every day until like February 10th. And if it is, then I think you can start building a crypto portfolio, because I can tell you right now, personally, I'm long Bitcoin and I'm looking at everything on Coinbase and I'm like, I want to get involved. So let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin has got levels at 36.7K. Realistically, in order to get it going in Bitcoin, it's got to get above 38.4. Okay. Now, Bitcoin NFTs, Strictly 3 Sports says NFTs are about to explode to the next level. Yes, I think that's possible, right? I think Bitcoin could go with it. Bitcoin's got to get above 38.4K. Now, if it does, 49K could be next. Now, you want to hear something really ridiculous? Really ridiculous. Here comes something ridiculous. Last year, the media contacted me and asked me at the end of 2021 what my forecast was. All right. So in September, they were saying, where do you think Bitcoin's going? And everyone said 100K. And I said it's probably not going to go above 70. Now, Bitcoin's at 35K and no one wants to buy it. And there sure as shit isn't anybody talking about Bitcoin at, say, 70. Now, that may be a wild estimate, but I definitely think 49K is possible. But Bitcoin's got to do the work and get above 38.4K. In my opinion, based on central bank irresponsibility and geopolitical tensions, I think they're buying the wrong stuff. They're buying the dollar. I understand why. I get it. But I don't understand why they're not buying Bitcoin. I also don't understand why they're not buying gold, right? Both of these things are unappreciated in my opinion. Now let's talk further about Bitcoin. Are you exhausted? Are you tired? Are you like, oh my God, how am I going to figure out this crypto market, right? Of course you are. But if we look at the chart, if we look at a 3-day candlestick chart of Bitcoin, so each candle represents 3 days. Bitcoin hasn't gone anywhere. It's exactly where it was back on Jan 19. Now, yeah, that close was right around 36.7K. So Bitcoin went all the way down and came back. And then Bitcoin went all the way up and came back down. This candlestick formation, by the way, is actually bullish. I've seen this at stock market bottoms. So if Bitcoin is just sitting here for a couple of days, I'm okay with that. Matter of fact, I think it could be stupid bullish, right? Particularly since fear is very high. Now, again, I'm not talking about Bitcoin going up forever. I think the rally is between now and May at best. Let's look at ETH. Actually, ETH looks pretty good right now. Okay, at the 8-hour ETH chart, okay, there's support at 2,400 and it's holding. And ETH has been hammering on this level for like 10 days. It's holding, right? That means ETH could probably go up to 3,250 or 3,400. Who's talking about 3,250 or 3,400 in ETH on YouTube? Nobody. We are. That's why you got to have the subscribe. You got to subscribe. You got to turn on alerts. And we would appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. Ethereum daily chart, okay? 3,250, 3,400, possible. 4,200, just as possible. 5,400, crazy. I know, that's crazy. But the time to get crazy is after they've killed the market and after the fear of the Fed has passed, because they're going to be printing until March. And I got news for you, people. They're going to be printing after March too. They just may not be printing as much. Notice NFTs haven't gone down. Did you notice that? Right? I think we were looking at Azuki Zen, right, as the possible next Bored Ape, not investment advice. Our guys like it. Azuki Zen could become a technical analysis indicator. In other words, it could be a leading indicator of Ethereum. In old school technical analysis, we used to use bonds as a leading indicator for stocks. I used to use the stocks of investment banks as a leading indicator for stocks when I was Michael's age, once upon a time. The NFT market is an indicator. It's a leading indicator for ETH, okay? It's a leading indicator for ETH. Now, somebody's asking, what about NFT plays like IMX, Immutable EFI? Don't worry, I'm getting to it. All right, total crypto market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, so that's, Solana, AVAX, Cardano, Polkadot, all the big plays, right? Total crypto market cap has got a bearish formation. This is total altcoin market cap. Has got a bearish formation. It's got a head and shoulders top. So this is not a good chart as of now, right? This is telling you that altcoins have more work to do. But if they do that work, when you invalidate a bearish pattern, if total altcoin market cap, total 3 on TradingView, moves above 701 billion, that you are going to have a massive rally in NFTs and altcoins. Now, conversely, to keep it balanced, okay, NFA LFG is not in effect if this thing starts to go down, right? In other words, we do not want to see any more downside action in Solana, AVAX, Phantom, Near, etc. We do not want that. That would be bad. We want those coins to go up, and we want them to go up a lot, because if they start to go up, this chart is telling you that they will continue to go up. But be mindful of downside risk. Just because I'm bullish, just because I'm ringing the bell, doesn't mean you shouldn't use stops, right? So if you like to buy when you start to see a little bit of green, cool. If you want to buy a dip between now and early Feb, or a dip in the next 3 days, that's cool too. Just manage risk. Yearn Finance got totally smoked in this, and I don't give a shit. I don't care, right? At 20K, this is well supported. It's well supported, right? The tokenomics has changed. DeFi is going to be a place where institutions are going to look for yield, and the tokenomics story has changed. Oh, by the way, there was big support down at 20K, just like there was in December. So everybody gave up, they got back in, and then they gave up again. No. Uniswap, okay, not the best play in the world, but if institutions start piling in to ETH-based DeFi, okay, I think Algorand, Uniswap, and Sushi could be what they call dark horses, which means those coins could start coming back. Why the hell is everyone selling Uniswap at 10 on support? See those little dojis down in the right-hand corner? That means bulls are down there quietly. They're like, hey, let's pick up some Uniswap. Let's get some of that Coinbase DeFi. Let's jump on those centralized exchanges. Stay tuned for the Coinbase stock chart at the end. Okay, Algorand. This is your introduction to something I'm seeing everywhere. Everywhere. Prices in Algorand made new lows. They even took out support. But the momentum indicator, stochastics, has made a higher low. So prices went down, and in technical analysis speak, it was an unconfirmed new low. Now you're like, okay, so what does that mean? Well, here's what it means. If the market, like Algorand and all these other coins that have this formation, if they start to go up, believe it or not, you can go with green. It's actually safer to go with green, right? So if you see an up day, you can jump on that, because reversals from, like, these divergences can be enormous. They can last a day, a week, or a month. In the case of Algorand, I don't see any reason why it can't go above $1 and possibly to 180. And again, these bullish divergences are everywhere. Nobody seems to want to buy Chainlink at 15 because everyone's afraid. Well, I don't think you should be afraid, right? People need yield, right? DeFi is not going anywhere. It's not, right? People need yield. Institutions need yield. It's as simple as that. So why the hell is everyone selling Chainlink at 15? With a bullish stochastic divergence, I'd go with the next big up day in Chainlink. Luna, oh my God. There's a distinct bullish divergence in Luna, I think, right? In other words, prices slumped, but Luna did make a new low. So I think if Luna gets above 60, it could go back up again. AVAX, same thing, right? Look at that little regression band I got going on there. When AVAX is at 150, everyone's like, oh my God, I love it. Now AVAX is at 60 and everyone's like, I hate it. I'm like, no. Okay. This is when you want to like Avalanche. If Avalanche gets above 73, it's going back to 120, not investment advice, right? In other words, think about it. Altcoin market cap, total crypto market cap minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. How's that going to go up? Well, it's got to be Avalanche, right? Avalanche has got to get involved. So if something good's going to happen, it's going to be an Avalanche, right? It's also going to be in Solana. I'm turning the boat around on Solana. I've been kind of like, I don't know about this since 180. Now Solana hit support at 81. No one likes it anymore. All right. You got a new low. Everyone puked it out, but stochastics are turning up. Look at the thing on the bottom. See that little black line? Time for Solana. Time for Solana NFTs. Not investment advice, but hey, folks, NFTs never went down. Some did, but maybe it's time to buy the dip. Do you want to buy NFTs on Solana when it's at 220? Or do you want to buy NFTs on Solana when it's at 80? Now, again, this is less about NFTs and more about Solana, right? Can you imagine if this thing broke out? Kraken at the end of the year said they thought Solana was going to 600. That means Kraken's research team, that's a bunch of smart people. So they think Solana is going to 600. I think it could go to 325. I'd settle for 200. Okay? So if that's the case, if Kraken thinks Solana is going to go to 600 and it's currently trading at 90, what should you do? I'll leave it up to you. Okay? Near. You know what, folks? Near gets 3 bell rings. Okay? We started watching it at 9. It went to 6, stopped everybody out as we expected. And then it turned around and went to 20. Okay? And then it turned around and went right back to 9, which is trendline support. Okay? You got a good-looking stochastics picture, and you have an accumulation cone. What's an accumulation cone? Well, it came from a famous trader called Jesse Livermore, who they wrote a fictional book about called Reminiscence of a Stock Operator. Okay, if I ran a course on trading and markets, the first book you'd read in my class is Reminiscence of a Stock Operator. The diagram in the bottom left came from Jesse Livermore's journal, which was the trading view of the time, where he just drew the formations he thought worked. So what happens is after you have an accumulation cone, the market goes parabolic. Well, if you look at Near on KuCoin, looks like an accumulation cone to me. So I don't see any reason why Near can't go to 32. Like, F it. I'm saying it on the air, right? Near's not going to 22. Near's going to 32. It's going to go parabolic. That's my call. If I'm wrong, I'll get stopped out at, 6 or 7, right? You want to risk $2 to make, $20 or $30. Seriously. Why not? Right? Why can't this thing, be one of the top 5 coins? Everyone said Matic was going to be top 5. That's possible, but I think Near is a better thought process. Phantom. Okay, everybody's selling Phantom today. Understandable, Phantom has underperformed. It never went down. So everybody might be just sort of taking profits, but there's really good support at 219. Okay, Crypto Technology said risk to reward ratio. Okay, Strictly Sports is asking for DYDX. I have that, right? Crypto Technology is also reading Jesse Livermore's book. Okay, and guys are asking, are we in a bear market? Well, maybe, but bear market rallies can be massive. That's what I keep telling people. It's like, wait a minute. There's a lot of time between now and mid-March and now and May. You could have a speculative shockwave in crypto in the middle of a kind of like a negative period. All right. So Phantom at 219, it went down to 195 and they couldn't buy it fast enough. I'm guessing if 219 holds, Phantom's going to make a new high. It could make a big new high. How many billions and trillions of dollars are sitting out there? However much TVL is right now on DeFi Llama, I don't have the exact number. Just multiply it by 2. Polkadot broke my heart at 28, but it came down to support at 19. I don't understand why everybody has given up on interoperability. Cosmos is probably the better play, and that's reflected in the fact that it never went down. But everybody gave up on Polkadot. And the last time everybody gave up on Polkadot, it went down to 8 and it smoked to 50. I don't see any reason why Polkadot, if it holds support at 19, fingers crossed, that it can't turn around and go much higher. Okay, Cosmos. Somebody's going to buy the dip in Cosmos probably around 27, right? I think you can dollar cost average in this, not investment advice, right? Interoperability is the play. We've said it a million times. Okay, Sandbox. You think people don't want to speculate? Well, check out the metaverse. The metaverse, after the initial Fed announcement, was up 15%. Now Sandbox and Decentraland are up. Now, one of the things that I was thinking about is, in order to populate the metaverse, they're going to have to use staking. Staking is going to have to become a thing in Sandbox and metaverse. Why? Because staking will be the incentive for developers to come in and develop the land. The land is sold out, right? And these protocols are not happy that no one's doing development. So to encourage development, I think staking somewhere in the cryptoverse is going to come into play. And if we're going to have a speculative run, let's buy or think about buying, not investment advice, metaverse plays, right? Decentraland hit support at 2, right? So no one wanted it at 2, all right? Stochastics look good. Why can't Decentraland moon? I mean, if I think Uniswap's going up and Algorand's going up, then Decentraland could go up too. Decentraland could 3x. So could half the altcoins on Coinbase. RMRK. Wow, they beat this thing up pretty good. So what? Now what? Right? It's building a base around 16 or 15. If it takes out 20, okay, watch out for the speculative shockwave. Rose, okay, a layer 1 that our guys like. All right, our guys are on the stream and they're coming up next. Okay. Rose is on awesome support at 30. It doesn't have the super deluxe stochastic picture, but it's as oversold as it was in October. They killed this thing, right? They did the same thing in the fall. In September, it went from 35 cents to like 15 cents. It was a 50% markdown. This time they went from 60 to 30. Okay. Good projects at good entry points. 30 is a good entry point. Matic gets above 160, it could go up. And I like the stochastic formation in Matic. Okay. Phantom, again, support around 216. Can't say it enough. Okay. YGG, Metaverse is back. They killed this thing, right? It was at 8 or 10, and it went to support at 2. Now, should you put anything more than 2% of your portfolio in this? No. Don't do it. But this thing could go up because everybody gave up on the metaverse. KDA, a layer 1 protocol, big winner last year. Not sure if there are bag holders, but if there are, they all gave up. I mean, if something goes from 16 to 6, that means people are selling. So if this thing builds a base around 6, just like it did in October, this could go up too, right? Remember, if all these big layer 1s start rallying, right? If you get a speculative shockwave running through the market that lasts anywhere from 30 days to 60 or 70 days into May, okay, KDA could be a part of that. Theta, noticing that this thing's had a bid for 3 or 4 days with a nice stochastic picture. I'm not a fundamental expert, but if there's any metaverse angle here, Theta could do well. Dusk, okay, we talked about this last night, okay? We talked about it last night. They mooned it after the Fed, and then they turned around and mooned it today. And they got a really nice stochastics picture here. Really nice. So, don't underestimate what something like Dusk could do. And if it's not Dusk, it could be other low cap layer 1s. Now, where can you find these plays? Like, is there a new cross-chain DEX? Where can you find these plays? Tokenmetrics.com, people. Tokenmetrics.com. Aave. A lot of people asking about Aave. All right. Support was like 160. And then Aave went through support, and it's not totally clear whether or not the bottom is in. But Aave did stop short of this linear regression band back in October before it fell out of bed. As in this case, Aave stopped short of support. And the way I would handle this is, if there's a big green up day, I'd go with it. If you want to buy it with a stop now, why not? Again, not investment advice. Make sure you use a stop. Okay, Kusama. Everyone loves it at 480. Everyone hates it at 173. No, wrong. There's a lot of support at 173. do not doubt the return of Kusama, Dot, Cosmos. That whole ecosystem has been pushed out of a car. Everybody, I mean, look at the last, say, 2 weeks in Kusama. Straight down. Everybody gave up. Ridiculous. Cardano, everybody gave up. Okay. Cardano's stochastics formation is probably the best one in crypto aside from DYDX. So I have no idea why everyone's given up on Cardano at 1. Now, is it the best play out there? I don't know, but I'm certainly not giving up at 1, right? Audius, right? I remember last time Audius went below $1. We're all kicking ourselves for not buying it. All right. Not investment advice, but Audius has got support at 86, and the stochastic formation is decent. The way I would play this is I'd wait for it to rally. Give me a green day, then you can go with Audius, right? In other words, if this thing's got legs, if Theta is going to come back, if decentralized content is going to make a return, right? No one's talking about that narrative anymore. Theta is moving, and if Audius starts moving, that sort of story could come back. Now, FTT, the Binance coin of this down market, okay, they were rallying it, then everybody gave up. It was a bump and run on a trend line. The trend line's outside the box, but the bottom line is, I think if you see FTT above 40, this market's going up, and so is FTT, not investment advice. Right? You could see FTT back at 50. You could see FTT back at 4 if they moon it all. Okay? This is the new Binance coin, in my opinion. DYDX. All right. Perp is falling out of bed. I wish Perp would stabilize, but the stochastics picture in DYDX actually looks really good. So if you got a rally in DYDX and that stochastic really turned up at the bottom, okay, that would be good. That would be good. Okay, Engine Coin. People are asking about Engine Coin. Okay, layer 1s and all that we covered, definitely. Okay, definitely positive on all layer 1s from the chat. Okay, Engine Coin turning around, right? There's big support here back in October. So October, it went from 1.4 to 4 on the metaverse moon. And then everybody packed it in, threw in the towel, sold it. And now the stochastics look pretty good. And guess where it's at? 1.4. Right? UMA. Who cares about UMA? Nobody. That's why it's worth a look. Right? Now, maybe this is not the best play in the world, but there is going to be a play out there in decentralized derivatives, structured products. Right? Now, to the extent that UMA is involved in that, it could be interesting. All I'm doing is pointing your attention to stuff that's been absolutely destroyed. Boson, I had this as metaverse e-commerce. Ever wonder what everyone's going to do in the metaverse? How about go shopping? How about go shopping, right? Boson was at 380. It's now at, $1, or had support at 77 cents. And it's got a good looking stochastics picture. So why is everybody not talking about the metaverse? Jerome Powell yesterday was more concerned about COVID than inflation in his initial statements. So if we got another 9 months of COVID, metaverse matters. Okay, Engine Coin we talked about. Now, for our concluding chart, Coinbase stock destroyed. An index play across crypto. An index play across crypto. Everybody packed it in and sold it. Now, in other words, it was an exhaustion gap. In other words, people packed it in so much, this thing fell below the post-IPO low. Everyone has given up on crypto. Now, there may be a time where you want to get out of crypto. That's probably sell in May and go away. But last I looked on my iWatch, it says January 27th. Not the right time to give up on crypto. And I think if they squeeze ARK, right, ARKK, they're going to squeeze Coin, and Galaxy could go up. So Coin, Galaxy are your leading indicators, okay, along with that NFT project I mentioned earlier. In sum, the Fed is still printing money. The world is not perfect, but it's not horrible either. Okay? BTFG, LFG, NFA. Okay? If there's a time to get involved, right, and you can use a stop and there's good risk reward, it would be now. So I'm not giving you investment advice, but I'm not telling you to go to sleep because it looks like everyone's packed it in. And historically, that's been the best time to get involved. Tokenmetrics.com for the next coins that will go up. That's the place. And that 46 minutes into the stream is your market update. All right. Gentlemen, you still out there?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I wanna give my take on the market.
Please.
Let me share my PPT. Mike, Bill, feel free to stop me if I start chundering some technical words. Feel free to ask me any question you guys have, or anybody within the chat has any question. Right. So first, I want to sympathize with a lot of our followers over here. Are you going to make money with your crypto investment? Yes, but yesterday you were down 70%. That happens. That happens in crypto. But let's focus on the long term, guys. Let's focus on the long term. Right. So my first thematic play is okay. Alternative layer ones did really well in 2021, and even in 2022 in the bear market, it's holding up relatively well if you compare to, let's say, Metaverse, DeFi. So you saw Phantom, Luna, AVAX, Solana, and to a certain degree Ethereum doing really well. So what's next? What is next? So this has been very interesting for me. I never imagined this would happen. Uh, NFTs basically ignored uh, any macro backdrop, ignored Jeremy Powell, ignored the Fed, ignored the inflation number, growth number, and NFTs are just doing really well. Now, partially it could be because the liquidity in these assets are low, but I was very surprised. I thought these assets are numerated in Ethereum, and Ethereum was tanking, whilst these assets, even though Ethereum were tanking, people were just setting high floor price. So the volumes were high, the prices are going up, and some of the blue chip names such as Bored Ape Yacht Club has been doing really well, and some of the even alternatives have been doing really well. So for me, this is an interesting theme. One of the projects which I like, so the way I kind of think about crypto with my own personal portfolio is I want index exposure. So let's say Coinbase gives you index exposure, as my colleague Bill just highlighted. You want as many index level exposures in your portfolio. Uh, so one of the index level exposure I have for you guys is one project. The token is not out there. The token will be released through via Binance in a few days. It's called Ali token. Let me share my screen again. Yeah. So this is a project called Althea AI. So what it does is it's a AI NFT and AI NFT and metaverse play all combined together and gives index level exposure of NFT. The way it does is, let's say if any NFT, let's say you have Bored Ape Yacht Club, or you have NFT. In this case, these NFTs are revenants. You can take any NFTs, stake your Ali token, and make these NFTs into intelligent NFTs, which are basically backed by AI. So these NFTs can talk to you. They can become your virtual assistant. They can even create their own art, and so on and so forth. So this is another theme I'm looking at in the market, that you are seeing primitives building on top of NFTs. So NFTs will no longer just remain JPEG. So that is one thing, one theme I really like. Uh, Let me share my screen again. 1 second. Yeah. So we saw alternative layer ones do really well. NFTs could basically have another leg up. It could be static JPEGs, or it could be AI based innovations. Uh, Another theme which I really like, another index play exposure I want you guys to have is liquid staking solution. It's a derivative of it's a derivative structured product. So the way it works is, let's say you have your Ethereum. So let's say when you stake your Ethereum, you get staking rewards. That's awesome. But your Ethereum is gone. You can't do any DeFi uh, wizardry with it. You can't engage in any uh, Ponzi-nomic DeFi out there. What if you want to do that? What if you want to earn additional yield on your Ethereum whilst you're also staking it? So what Lido does it basically tells you that, okay, give me your Ethereum, I'll take your Ethereum and I'll give you 5%, 6% yield, which is the staking rewards. I'll take a bit of commission and I'll give you a synthetic Ethereum, which you can use to do DeFi and NFT and so on and so forth. So for me, I really like this project. Uh, another reason why I like this project is that it's not just about Ethereum. They are also going into different direction. So let's say even with Ethereum, right? Ethereum is a deflationary asset. Ethereum gives you 4, 5, 6% yield, while Fed gives you 0.5% yield even after rate hikes. So liquid staking solution like Lido, I think, could be one of the interesting ways to kind of play this narrative where crypto gives you very high yield. So what Lido does is, in my opinion, it has a bigger market potential than even Ethereum, because theoretically, right? Theoretically it can, you can stake a lot of different assets. So at the moment, Ethereum, Terra, and Solana are supported, but in the future they're already in talks with Aave, Polygon, and Polkadot. So for me, this is very interesting. So the way a protocol generates its revenue is, it's that it takes 10% fee on all the staking rewards, and 50% of that fee is accrued back to the DAO. So one of the statistics I really liked was they have around 8.5 to 9 billion TVL. So a lot of TVL is locked, and while the fully diluted market valuation is 1.6 billion. So let me quickly again share my screen with regards to this. One second. So this is the website. You can see there are 67,000 stakers. This is the amount of rewards that have been paid. This is the TVL of the total stake asset, and you get an index level exposure of the staking rewards of Ethereum, Terra, Solana, and I think it's a. I keep on banging about this fact that, okay, let's get index level exposure. If you like Solana, if you like Terra Luna, if you like Ethereum, and in the future you also like some other assets like Aave, which I think will be announced soon. You can basically get exposure through LDO token. Again, not financial advice. Another reason why I think they will be a dominating force in the staking derivative market is because they have a very vibrant ecosystem and integration with a lot of DeFi projects. So that is one of the reasons why I think it will do well. Now let's just talk about price points where we can accumulate Lido. So I was just doing some technical analysis. I feel like there is a strong support at 1.20 to 1.10, and if there is a volatile environment in next couple of days, you can basically. I think market could touch this point just to kind of test out whether this level holds. I think it could be an interesting entry point for you guys. I think at the moment the prices is around 150 to 1.5 to 1.7. If it touch around 110, 120, I think it could be an interesting accumulation zone. So valuation would be very reasonable, I think, because you are buying a revenue generating protocol and have exposure of an index level with Solana and Ethereum uh, and Terra Luna, and also future optionality of other stakeable assets that they can acquire and earn yield. So another protocol I like. So that could be alternative to layer one theme. You guys can explore. Another thing I wanted to highlight was that when you compare a lot of layer twos, layer ones, three of the tokens that we mentioned, like Atom, we were bullish on. Luna, I was personally bullish on, and Phantom, previously Forrest and Michael have been bullish on. These tokens have been holding up well. So for me, it kind of highlights that if you're able to study the fundamentals of token well, and if you have a good thesis, even in a bearish market, these tokens tend to do well. I'm not saying they don't go down, but they go down less than some of the other coins that are basically hyped up. So for me, interesting bit was Atom and um Phantom. They were outperforming Bitcoin, which was very heartening to see that there is a justice mechanism in crypto, which is good. Um, Another thing about Atom, just wanted to highlight one of the fundamental things I like about Atom. So at the moment, Atom Coin's market cap of the whole ecosystem is just 20%. So when you consider such as networks like Secret Network, Osmosis, uh, Cosmos.com, sorry, Cosmos.com, Crypto.com, for example, and Band, and some of the other projects like, let's say, Luna,
Rose as well, Cadena,
Rose, Cardano. So
Smart.
Atom is just 20% of the total market cap of all of these protocol. So if we kind of think of Cosmos as like a highway to all of these places, I think it should be worth more. So if the ecosystem grows more, and even if it kind of holds up 20 to 30% range, I think it can do really well. And sometimes I also want to highlight this. Sometimes markets are inefficient, so you can see the market cap of all of the projects building on Cosmos were going higher, like in terms of TVL and in terms of market cap, whilst Cosmos was going lower. And all of a sudden, in a downturn market, realize, you know what, it's mispriced because of airdrops. So sometimes you have these opportunities that fundamentals are deviating away from the actual price action. So I think this could be the reason why Lido has been underperforming. In my reason, I think once Ethereum 2.0 launches, which I think could be a big catalyst for Lido, and I think Lido can price again to, let's say, go 2 to 3x from here, especially after Ethereum 2.0 launch. Again, not financial advice.
Yeah, and on the subject of Lido, if you don't mind me sharing my screen here, there's also this project, Stator Labs, doing very similar things to Lido. They're starting off with Terra, Luna's ecosystem, and right now they have close to $350 million staked, and yeah, it's essentially doing very similar things to Lido, liquid staking. They're starting off with Terra's ecosystem. They're moving on to Solana, ETH 2.0, Cosmos, and then Near. So it could be a good index play that also allows you to, experiment with the principal token, in DeFi projects or what have you. And moving forward to another very similar project, back to Stator real quick. Forgot to mention to you guys, if you do contribute your Luna, I believe until the 31st of January, they're going to be releasing Stator tokens to people who, contribute Luna to the protocol. They'll be receiving the underlying Stator token, which is, not as liquid yet, but it's becoming more liquid as this project unfolds more. And another, project that's within this Luna ecosystem, this is a Prism protocol. They're doing liquid staking of Luna's underlying asset. So essentially, what you could do with this protocol is, contribute your Luna, and it splits apart Luna into a principal token and a yield-bearing token. So if you have a lot of Luna and you anticipate, earning a lot of interest on it, you could essentially rip apart the interest-bearing part of Luna and use it on other protocols in whatever manner you'd like. Just to overall increase your underlying position in Luna, as well as try to leverage, market mechanisms, be it liquidity providing or, whatever other mechanisms you want. You could essentially use the yield bearing part of Luna's token on various protocols. So what you could do with it, it'll be split apart. Luna will be split apart to Y Luna and P Luna. So the yield bearing Luna, you could stake it on the Prism protocol and earn Luna's staking yield, and also provide Y Luna within liquidity pools and trade it within other provided protocols within the Terra's ecosystem. And then the P Luna, the principal Luna token, that's the underlying asset, can also be staked and used for voting rights within Luna's ecosystem. And they're also connecting their validator network with Luna's. So any airdrops you would receive by holding Luna, you'd also be eligible through Prism. So here's a website, Prism Protocol. It's not launched yet. It's pretty anticipated within within the Terra ecosystem. And the way that they're doing this initially is they're going to essentially launch a feature here on the 1st of February where you
Yeah,
could.
Michael, sorry to interrupt. There is a question I think I wanted to clarify with Jaman regarding how often do you get the staking rewards. So with Solana, let's say you have epochs, you have a couple of epochs, so you can get your staking reward, let's say between 2 to 4 days. With Terra Luna, I think it's between 7 days to 21 days. But with Ethereum, now this is this is the complex part with Ethereum 2.0 with Beacon Chain and the merge happening. These tokens will be staked for foreseeable future. So in that is the reason why you'll have a synthetic ETH, and that synthetic ETH can be a replacement for normal Ethereum, and you can even sell it in the market. So that's one of the value propositions. So even when you are staking your Ethereum, not only earning yield, but you can also have the underlying Ethereum synthetic, which you can use in DeFi. So that's the whole value proposition, because Ethereum, because of its merge and upgrade, holds back your Ethereum.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, in terms of issuance of rewards, it's all validated and staked within, the validator network of Terra, Solana, Ethereum. They try to optimize which validator they choose for you, so you get, the issuance of rewards in a more transparent manner, just like you would staking on a traditional wallet within their ecosystems. But yeah, that's Stator. They're doing very similar things to Prism. Prism is a more oriented protocol for Terra, and it's trying to essentially, it limits the use of Terra within Terra's ecosystem. So there's a lot of potential for Terra to move up in price because of the fact that people are going to be locking their Terra into Prism to get the underlying staking, as well as rip apart the yield-bearing asset to use on other various protocols. So it's really creating another money market and composability aspect within Terra's ecosystem. And the token, again, you could buy it with US Terra beginning February 1st. They'll have this on their website. You can come in here with your US Terra, commit whatever you'd like. Here's a Medium article on that. So yeah, it's going to be a 5-day period where you commit UST, and they have allotted 70 million tokens to this TGE, token generation event. And you could just deposit on here essentially, and you'll be receiving one Prism for every US Terra you commit to this pool. So the project itself, it's pretty big anticipations within the Luna ecosystem, and the backers behind it, I believe they received 9 figures from Hashed venture capital firm, which is a really big firm. So close to $100 million plus was already committed to this project. So it's going to be launching, with decent TVL. So yeah, that's Prism. Just wanted to let you guys know more about this. It's coming out on February 1st, and yeah, very interesting project.
Yeah, guys, we have 450 viewers, and I see only few people are liking this video. We work really hard in terms of getting you this research. If we get about 200 300 more likes, I might decide to do a deep dive on Althea AI, which is the next leg of how the NFT will evolve. So yes, smash that like button so you can have the access and price targets for Althea AI project.
All right.
Which
Thank
could
you,
be
Mehdi.
interesting.
Yeah, I've
Which
got.
could be,
Go ahead.
yeah,
go
I think
ahead,
which could
finish.
be interesting. I think which could be an interesting alpha leak for all you guys. So do smash that like button.
All right, folks, get to work on that like button for more research from Mehdi. Let me address some things I saw in the comments. So Arana is asking, Bill, what do you think May and beyond? Stack, sell, buy, or hodl? So this is a good question. There was somebody in the chat, first name Nuno. Okay, he was basically saying he was bearish, right? He basically thinks that this is over and you got to dump altcoins. And I don't know if he was out there, but he asked a very important question. Am I entitled to my own opinion? And on this stream, you absolutely are entitled to your opinion, right? This is not, let me shout it down, even though I am shouting into the microphone to keep you on the edge of your seat. All right, now, on that note, somebody's asking, what do you think beyond May? Okay, so today has been an acronym day, and I think after May, it's GTFO. When I say, okay, you got to look at crypto when it's down over the next couple of days, I'm thinking that if you're going to make money on the upside, if you've got a Coinbase or a Kraken account, or if you're a sophisticated player like Michael or Mehdi, if there's money to be made in crypto in 2022, in my opinion, it's between either now and March or now and May. Don't underestimate how speculative the market can be. Now, with that said, what happens when the market gets too speculative? What happens when everyone goes crazy? Well, Jerome Powell comes in, hits the bell, and goes, sorry, we're done here. All right? So if you're going to make money in crypto being long, in my opinion, now is the time. Okay? Every good Wall Street meeting that you would go to where people would discuss their ideas, you'd have bulls and bears say what they think. So after May, not so much. Okay? Not so much. Maybe Bitcoin holds, maybe it doesn't. Okay? I'm not expecting post-May to be pretty. That's why I'm saying use a stop, take some risk. I am putting my money into this market now. I'm not really a short seller. Okay? I'm based in America. So I either got to get long on Coinbase or Kraken, right? Or I sit in cash. All right. And I also want to give a shout out to Germany, Paterson, New Jersey. I played Paterson Eastside High School when I was young. Brooklyn, Greece, Austin, and if you're still awake, Delhi. All right. Now, just while you're contemplating hitting the like button to see what Mehdi has to say, because we're holding you to that, right? I am going to give you a little bit of altcoin overtime, right? Because we want to get those likes from you guys. And if you're still on the stream, right, I did hear and take some of the requests. So Kyber, gentlemen, let me just ask a quick question about Kyber. Okay, this has been green for 3 days, and this has been featured on tokenmetrics.com, wink, right? Which means get over there and check out what our AI likes. But I just have a simple question for my friends. Is Kyber, does it allow you to trade across multiple layer ones theoretically? Is it a DEX that lets you trade across chains?
Exactly, yeah. It lets you trade across Avalanche, Binance Smart Chain. They're integrating Solana, and well, hopefully they'll be integrating Polkadot here soon, as well as they have a wallet where you can store funds across various chains as well. Biggest competitors, maybe Math Wallet, if you guys know what that is. But in terms of TVL and market position, it's definitely undervalued in comparison to that one.
Okay, and this thing is flying, going green. So not investment advice, but get yourself over to tokenmetrics.com because that's how I found this coin. Okay, OMG, someone asking in the chat. Okay, it's sitting on a support point at 390. I know a lot of people are asking about stuff. It looks like people completely gave up on this coin. Now, sometimes it takes a little while to reverse a give up trade. Sometimes it doesn't, right? If they try to hit crypto, they're hitting it while I'm talking. If they try to hit crypto, okay, and it doesn't break, then things like this coin can recover. The same thing with Iota, okay? Everybody gave up on this. Everything crashed, and where did it go? Oh, gee, look, right back to where the rally started in July, right? And it looks like the candlesticks, there are dip buyers down here. So if there's another dip or if it turns above 85 cents, this could be something decent. Okay, people asking about RNDR. Okay, this was a very good call by Mehdi on our stream. He said this is a very interesting metaverse play, but, okay, venture capitalists got to invest in 30 cents when this thing was trading at 6. And of course, they suit to dump it on unsuspecting retail investors. So if you want the fundamentals and the technicals, you should do what? Subscribe and turn on alerts for this channel. Meanwhile, RNDR hits a huge support point around 2 and is trying to go green. So if you're looking for index exposure to the metaverse, this is worth looking at because it's gotten destroyed. Yes, venture capitalists do lurk above. So I don't know that it totally moons, but the reason they got involved to begin with was because Render was going to produce or help produce the images for all the metaverses. So good projects at good entry points, right? You know, at $2, what's your downside? $1.50. At $2, what's your upside? I don't know. Where did it start trading badly? At 6, right? Okay, people asking about Sol. I wish I had better news here. This would look awesome if it could get back above $2. $1.89 is the level I'm looking at present. It looks like people are selling this, right? And it looks like everybody gave up. Now, sometimes this could be an ABC correction. So I don't think you should be discouraged in Sol. Based on charts, you want to see it go up before jumping in. But I don't know that I would give up on Sol right now unless the market totally tanks, not investment advice. Now, here's a pain trade, Axie Infinity, AXS. All right. Sitting there at 47, people who own this or who got caught up top are like, oh my God, is this thing gonna crater? Right now, it looks terrible, honestly. It's trading below support, but it's trading close to bigger support where some of the bigger rallies in September took off from and in August. So it looked like people are giving up on Axie Infinity. Now, does that make sense? I don't know. I don't think so. So if Axie Infinity can actually hold it together, you may have to wait a week. I know crypto is instant gratification, but you may have to wait a week. And if Axie Infinity can hold it together at 47, this thing might turn around. Conversely, if it smashes below 47, you have to ask yourself, is there a better metaverse play out there? Right? HER, okay, Hathor, showing support at 47 cents. It looks like we're in the process of a give-up trade. So as they give up back down to the October low, the only question is, will buyers show up? I don't think I would get involved in this until buyers did show up. If you were holding a bag in this, you're basically praying that investors show up somewhere between where it is now and 47 cents. And that is altcoin overtime. All right. All right, folks. Friends, we appreciate your business. TokenMetrics.com customers, we definitely appreciate you having around. Please subscribe to this channel because Mehdi and Michael do great work. All right, Mehdi, how's our like total looking?
Let me have a look.
Did we get any love from altcoin overtime?
We did, but not as much as I would like.
All right.
But since a lot of people did show love, I'm still going to do the deep dive.
All right, do it.
This will be posted in next couple of days. I won't do it right now, but it's just I'll just give a conclusion at the moment. Like I think Althea AI is an interesting project. It's a bit like OpenSea, gives you index level exposure, and I think when it launches, if it has a valuation of less than $1 billion, it would be interesting to kind of dabble around with.
All right. All right, Mehdi, thank you very much. Okay, folks, that is going to bring our Thursday stream to a close. All right. We appreciate your business. We appreciate your viewership. Keep a sharp eye out for reversals and opportunities in crypto. I'm hoping to see crypto hold up today and tomorrow. Stay tuned for future market updates where we can say, is it really, LFG? Today, we suspect so, but we will see. Let the market tell you. Let the market tell you. In the meantime, think positive in crypto between now and mid-March or now in May. Mr. Market will tell you if this is really going to be your chance in 2022 to make money being long. In my opinion, it's now or never. All right. That's it for today. I'm your host, Bill Noble. On behalf of Michael and Mehdi, I will see you tomorrow.